You can beat breast cancer. But early detection is the key. And that's where having genetic testing makes all the difference. Christmas 1998, my life changed forever. A nurse of many years finding a breast lump, I knew. My first phone call was to my friend, a radiologist, and he had all the right things to say to me. And he said, Vicki, 5 out of 6 lumps are benign. We would do a mammogram followed by an immediate ultrasound. When I sat up from that cold ultrasound table, all I could say is, can I have a hug? I knew at that point that cancer would be a part of my future. I was a person who took care of myself. I ate well, I exercised. I experienced way too much stress in my life as a nurse. So I just attributed my cancer to living a life of too much stress. Fast forward 11 years later, my daughter had become a physician assistant in Phoenix. She was now 25 years old, and she called me while I was at a medical conference and said, Mother, I need you to be tested. If you're positive, I need to start my screenings, and I may even choose to preserve eggs for my future children. But Mom, you've got to be tested. I was a nurse for many years in my community. I knew who the top providers of healthcare were, and I picked all the top-rated physicians in my community. Not only did I know them well, but they were actually my friends. So I know they cared. But not one of them offered me genetic testing. I had to ask to be tested. I proceeded to do the screening. I returned from my vacation and heard the words, Vicki, I am so sorry that you are BRCA1 positive. 1 year and 1 month after I was tested and found out that I was BRCA1 positive, I had a double mastectomy with reconstruction. When pathology results came back, it revealed new breast cancer beginning. Fortunately, it was early enough that I did not have to begin any other treatment. I needed to be my own advocate. I had to ask to be tested. I also needed to be the advocate of my family. So when I found out that I was positive, I had to organize the screening and testing of my mother, my father, my brother, my 1 daughter, and 2 nieces here in Montana. Their physicians were uncomfortable with the testing. So, with the help from my oncology PA, he sent kits to the hospital labs in their hometowns, and they were screened. We ended up with my brother and I both being positive, which is a 100% transfer. My oldest daughter was negative, my youngest daughter positive. His oldest daughter is negative, his youngest daughter is positive. I think it is amazing how many people are affected by just one person beginning the process to be tested. So many of my family members could be lost to cancer by not knowing. But knowledge is power, and now we know. It is so important to see that by knowing, you will receive more appropriate health care, more frequent screenings that save lives. August 29th, my youngest daughter, Abby, who is now 25, had her first mammogram. She will be having her first MRI next month, and I plan to be there with her. We are hoping that Abby will have children, breastfeed them before she has her double mastectomy. But she will have it when she is ready, and we will support her. Abby isn't fearful. In fact, she teases her friends and says, "This is my way to choose my size." Abby feels empowered by knowing. She could have wondered what was going to happen to her in her future because her mother had breast cancer. But knowledge is power. And now she knows.